Hi, friends. I hope you're enjoying this streaming notice that they included with Dragon Quest Heroes, which I think is funny. This game is a copyrighted work. This copyright is held by a collaboration of authors representing Square Enix Company Limited. Additionally, the music copyright is held by Sugiyama Kobo. Streaming of this game is permitted only in non-commercial contexts. However, using streams of the game to primarily provide or listen to the music is prohibited even in such non-commercial contexts. For information on terms of blah, 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 blah. I read this when the game actually came out, and it was really funny. I really just had no concept of why this is even here, other than, like, the idea that, some yuts somewhere was just, like, hooking their PS4 up to stream and then just like letting the music run. It's so wacky and random. I don't understand what the deal is. Just so strange. Anyhow, welcome. This is Dragon Quest Heroes, which I have already been playing for a while, as you can see. If you've never played a Musou game before, it should be an interesting time. I'm going to kind of walk through the norms of a Musou game or a Warriors game, like Dynasty Warriors. As I go through kind of the introduction, like the first few levels of this game, like the very early levels in Dragon Quest Heroes are really bite-sized. Like they're very small and self-contained. Which is good. I actually think it's a really good way to break people into Musou games, and kind of like the same way that Hyrule Warriors or Hyrule Musou was very kind of like big and flashy and slightly over the top compared to even the normally over the top Dynasty Warriors-ish titles. It suits that IP better, kind of like this idea of playing with Warriors games in a different IP. So, without further ado, let's start a game. You eventually, if you're really agonizing over which one of these two to play, don't. You get the other one as a controllable character within like 3-4 missions. So I'm gonna pick Aurora just because I like Aurora a lot more. But you name them both, and basically, whoever you pick, the other one is your best friend, and has been your best friend since childhood, which is pretty neat. I'm gonna close a bunch of windows. Quick. My computer's like, we're using all the RAM. Please turn down your settings. I'm like, I can't. It's as slow as they go. Anyhow, so without further ado, which I think I've already said once this stream, split out. Next, you'll be asked to configure some settings, such as voice language and whether you'd like to use online features. By enabling online features, you can get spammed to hell. Damage display, show control guide. I'm going to turn vibration off because I don't want to rattle my DualShock right out of the house. Online features, going to leave that off. Going to leave dodge too. I'm going to leave on the English voices. I think the English voices are kind of hilarious, especially when we get to Caliburgh and we meet Isla. Who boy, I think she's Scottish, but she doesn't seem to be able to decide which ethnicity or ethnicity or locality her accent is supposed to be. Last of all, choose your control method and camera settings. Both of these can be changed during the game at any time. So, if you eventually are going to pick up this game, when I first started, I'm always wary when they're like, have control over everything. This is for strategic players, right? If you've ever played a Musou game before in your life, pick slick controls, because that's kind of the standard Musou game controls. if you've never played a Musou game before, pick quick controls, at least until you kind of learn how different attacks chain together. Basically, quick controls makes it so that you don't have to fine-tune your combos as much. But the trade-off is that you kind of can't fine-tune your combos as much. You just have, do I mash this button which uses attacks that don't use magic points, or do I mash this button that uses attacks which will use magic points? And that will make more sense when I start. But for the sake of my sanity, I'm going to use slick controls. And wow. This game features an autosave function. Don't turn off the power while your data is being saved. Shooba-da-doop. I love the little slime hourglass save icon. It's really funny. Devious Vacuum in chat asks, are a lot of the voice actors in this game from The Last Story? I've never played The Last Story, so I don't know the answer to that question. But some of them sound like the voice actors from Xenoblade to me. I guess part of the problem is that they all have like the same sort of accent, and Dragon Quest, at least as it's released in the US, has always kind of prided itself on a very like high fantasy, which I guess is code for British feel. So
Curious dimension, quite unlike our own. There was a very special world where humans and monsters lived together in peace. In the majestic city.
I like to believe that when I summoned Snuggles the Golem playing this game earlier this week, that golem who really wants you to have a balloon is totally Snuggles, and that I liberated him from the darkness.
Rise of man and monster alike.
On the one hand, it's kind of a cool thing about this story where
Childishly simple. The prize is as good as mine.
sorry, I want to shut up so you can be introduced to these two.
Ah, not bad. Not bad at all. Alright, my turn. All I have to do is hit something, right? Should be easy enough.
Sorry, this is when I fell in love with Aurora, like, right off the bat. She's like, all I gotta do is hit something, right? More guns equals more bullets, and then it's just like, guns akimbo, whatever. On the one hand, I think it's kind of cool that this story starts out with, the monsters are everyone's friends. We love the monsters. Monsters are playing with everybody. And then it all goes wrong, and then you spend literally the whole rest of the game beating these monsters to death with your bare hands. And it's like, oh, well, I guess we're friends as long as nothing weird happens, like a big volcano of purple goo. Seconds, everything changed when the Monster Nation attacked. Kinda. Snuggles, no! Bring balloons, not pain.
Monsters have never attacked humans before. Why now?
Here's my question. Monsters have never attacked humans before. Why do you call them monsters, then? Like, that's a very particular etymology. No, Jack Marrow.
But the castle may not be. Our comrades are under attack. We must act now, lest they suffer for our complacency. Listen carefully. I will circle around to the rear of the castle and assess the situation. You, meanwhile, will approach from the
You
front.
want to follow some long-winded plan? Thanks, but no thanks. We're royal guards, so let's guard some royals. We need to find King Doric right now.
Huh? Wait! Headstrong fool. Does she mean to fight them all off on her own?
So, and thus begins a pattern that will follow the entire game, where Lucius is like, well, I have this really great plan, and Aurora's like, why don't we just beat things to death? I also like how both of the main characters are just words for light. Aurora and Lucius. That's a good time. Prepare for the tutorial sequence, and lots of puns about slimes and goo. So, for those of you who've never played a Musou game, basically you do a lot. It's like a brawler, right? Like it's a 3D brawler. And basically you have two types of attacks. Light attacks, which are usually on, if you're playing on a DualShock of some kind, on the square. And then power attacks, which are on the triangle. And usually you can do kind of a series of different light attacks. But if you time strong attacks after a certain series of light attacks... 1 second. Let me get rid of this person. Bye. So basically, if you time strong attacks after light attacks, then you get different combinations, and you'll see them when I use them. But basically, you just use a whole bunch of those attacks to beat like a bajillion enemies to death. Over and over and over again. Also, if you are by accident, like me, you start with quick controls, you can actually change it by hitting square at this very list. Anyhow.
Monsters here already. Then we have little choice. We must fight our way through.
Slimes, no. They're so dangerous. Menu goo. So, for example, this is just light attack, light attack, light attack, light attack. Now we can do light, strong, light, light, strong, light, 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 strong. One, two, three. Blizzard. And there's kind of like even typical patterns for Musou games with the way that these attacks work. Like your light then heavy is usually a launcher. Your light light then heavy is kind of a stun attack. Your light 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 heavy is usually like a wide angle crowd clear. So yeah, if you've played a Musou game before, like, this will be pretty familiar. This is the new thing, though, where you have a list of spells. And those use your magic points, which is that blue gauge under my health in the lower left, right? So basically, I'm going to kill these harmless slimes with a gigantic freaking burst of cold air. In case you're curious and you like fire more than ice, Lucius has fire spells. They're pretty much identical to Aurora's, they just use fire instead of ice. Yeah, Helix is sort of great, but like the slime puns start to wear you down after a while. Go over it. Try jumping. And then, of course, you can attack in the air, too, usually. Boop. So in a Musou game, usually, like, in the very earliest ones, you only had one way to defend yourself, and that's blocking. Which recenters the camera and makes you immobile, although in Dynasty Warriors, you can usually move and block at the same time. Hyrule Warriors, and I think some of the Samurai Warriors games, you can dodge, and in this game you can dodge too, right? So when mages start chucking fireballs at me, whoop, dodge. Behold the dodge roll. Poof. He was back and said, Helix's delivery is so sincere. He totally is. He just wants to help. The door has opened. I think soon I'm going to learn about blocking too.
Let's get this over with, shall we?
Smash any pots you see. You never know what you'll find? I know what I'm going to find. There's going to be healing herbs. That's what pots are for. If this was a Dynasty Warriors game, they'd be full of meat buns. Oh, wait. MP restore. Treasure chest.
There's a treasure chest on top of those crates. There might be a nice treat inside.
I like nice treat, like I'm gonna find an ice cream cone in there. Look, tiramisu! What was this full, like, tea and crumpet set doing in this box? All the Dark Souls fans are like, kill it first! What if it's a mimic? Okay. So, Dragon Quest Heroes is very similar to Hyrule Warriors, in the sense that these attacks are, like, pretty big, and mooks are just not that dangerous. Like, none of these things are really a threat to me, even though it's a tutorial level, right? Like, so I don't really expect them to be all that dangerous, but, like, even later on, like, you're probably not in any real danger from non-boss monsters.
I'm starting to get really worried about the king. We've got to hurry.
I did hurry. I'm right here. Open the door. I love the little slime hourglass loading thing, by the way. So good. It's a monster. So here's the punchline. This is the king. Everyone's like, we have to hurry! The king is in danger! And the king's like, here are my brave bodyguards. And then the king is like the size of a house. And you find him just beating enemies to death.
We must devise a strategy without delay. Right. You and I must stand fast while His Majesty and Helix fall back toward the throne. The task of defending the throne room will be ours. When the enemy draw near, one of us will meet their advance and launch a counter-offensive.
If you've ever seen Slayers, the king totally reminds me of Prince Filianel El Desaerun. Every time he punches someone, I hear him screaming, "Pacifist crush!" in my head. It's pretty great.
They will divide their forces into several groups and attack in waves.
Lose your patience, Aurora. Do it. He has been talking for like a solid 45 seconds now.
Alternating our roles, we shall be able to conserve energy and keep the enemy at bay indefinitely.
Really? You're still talking. Thanks for the master plan, but if it's all the same to you, I'm going to go and batter those monsters before they get to the king.
Why, to rush in without a sound strategy is pure folly.
You are most kind, but I have no need of your protection.
God, I love the king. He's like, it's really cool that you had this plan, but I'm just going to go punch things in the face now. Is that cool? I think Phil Kohler mentioned this in his review of the game on Polygon, but like, the fact that Luceus is constantly thinking up these ridiculously intricate plans, which are then cut off by some member of the cast going, can we really just kill them now, is pretty great. I also like the kind of like the impetuous, headstrong, let's just go punch them one is the woman. They do not call me the Royal Rumbler for nothing, you know. You're fired, localization team. Just clean out your desk. Turn in your ID cards. Fired. I'm scared. It is kind of nice that there's actually apparently like a skill you can get on accessories later in the game that makes it more likely that Helix is just going to randomly show up and use a heal spell on you. That seems pretty cool. Oh god. That was probably a waste of MP. But the nice thing is your MP slowly comes back as you hit enemies, so that's nice. Like, you're not It's not like there's a finite amount of MP that you have to ration very carefully, because that would make this game really freaking dull. I don't like Aurora and Luceus's charge 3 because it misses a lot. Like, I'll just go whomp right over their head. That's not useful at all. Don't attack the heal slime. He's your only friend. I'm your only friend, your oozing only friend. I've got the healing spell, my friend, and really I'm not actually your friend, but I am. You're welcome. Where is this? Oh, where is it? All right, never mind. It's dead. Where is thing I punch now, please?
Losing was never an option.
Go away! You were all so amazing. I had to help out too. Wait here, I'll go on ahead and see what's outside.
I don't know why I just did that, y'all. Also, it's hilarious to me that in my entire life, I have never once done a good British accent. It turns into, like, this demi-Australian shit every time. And anytime I attempt to do a British or Australian or New Zealand accent, it just turns to complete shit no matter what. But, there you go.
Eep. Ow. Ouch.
Isn't that young Helix, I fear? Who else is it? No, it's a chambermaid. He just sounds like he really is wet all the time. Hence all the... Wonder how many times I can do that noise over this entire stream. Probably too many. Yeah, let's kill more things. Murder, murder, death time. So this is your first, like, defensive objective, which happens a lot in this game. And so you'll notice that they give you Helix's... Seriously, these, like, outnumber the humans in this kingdom by 10 to 1. How is this castle even still standing? Also, why are humans the king? Like, we're clearly the ethnic minority. I would think that the monsters would be in charge. Blizzard Slash. I wish she had more barks for that attack, because crowd clear is probably the attack you'll use the most playing a Warriors game, and, like, if it's got the same quote every time, it gets real tiresome real fast. Don't die, Helix. TV's vacuum said Helix has a crown. Is Helix the Monster King? I think they probably are. That's my guess. Or the prince. I like to imagine that Helix is actually King Doric's kid. And that Helix's mom is, you know, maybe a monster. Like, maybe that sort of love happens in this kingdom. I think that would be pretty great. Oh, I forgot you can do that. So as you can see, I'm picking up these little bags of stuff. Okay, well that's a healing herb. But these little bags of stuff are alchemy ingredients. Late Musou games like this game, Hyrule Warriors, a couple other, like the latest Samurai Warriors, they really love like their little mini crafting systems. I have not made anything cool with alchemy yet, but I'm looking forward to making something awesome. That would be pretty sweet. Oh yeah, Helix is a heal slime. Like, that's an actual... Shaded Fox in chat said, I just realized Helix heals you. Yes, he does, sometimes. If you're about to die. Like, the heal that I got before is because I picked up a healing herb. But, Helix is a heal slime, which is a very, like, common... I think they started in Dragon Quest II, because that was when you started getting enemy parties, where you fought more than one enemy at a time. And heal slimes would heal their own party. But for some reason, like, they've become, like, the friendly monster mascot for the Dragon Quest series over the time. Like, there's even, in Dragon Quest IV, there's a heal slime that you get as a party member in one of the very first chapters, because he thinks if he does enough good deeds, he'll become human. And then, hilariously, when you meet him later in the game, like a year later, he really has become human. In fact, he becomes a bard and learns to play the flute. And his name is Healy, because why wouldn't it be?
Just as I thought. I feared they might be holding such a creature in reserve.
Dragon or not, there's only one thing we can do. Come on then. Let's give it the hiding of its life.
Aurora is really fond of the phrase, the hiding of its life. She's said it like 6 times in my playthrough so far. It's sort of great. Because it just reads to me like, I'm gonna spank it! So, if you've played Hyrule Warriors, you're probably used to giant monster battles from... Ow, damn it. Giant monster battles in Hyrule Warriors, where you would fight like a gigantic Dodongo, and you needed to...
Do not fear. Should the monsters approach you, we will come to your aid.
fight it with tools and stuff like that. Wow, I'm seriously going to die. That's not good. Oh, never mind. Level up heals you. Do. Bait it. You can lock on in this game, by the way, but I don't know how to switch targets, and it's, so I don't use lock on very often. Plus, like Hyrule Warriors, these giant enemies have weak spots. So, for example, for the dragon, you want to hit it in the head or in the tail. And since the head's not really safe, you want to get behind it and smack it in the tail. And then eventually, just like you would need to use... in Hyrule Warriors, for example, when you fought a Dodongo, which was like a giant enemy, you had to throw bombs in its mouth. And if you threw enough bombs in its mouth, it would... Ow, damn. If you threw enough bombs in its mouth, then it would be stunned momentarily, and you could just kind of walk up and really smack the snot out of it. Well, that should be happening with this dragon, but in fact it's not. Maybe I need to hit it in the head. You'll also notice that King Doric is doing like 10 times the damage I am, which I think is hilarious. I'm the royal bodyguard who is like a bajillion times weaker than my boss. Yeah. Suck it, dragon. Take that, giant reptilian thing, which was probably extremely friendly until like an hour ago when inexplicably all the dragon and monsters and people decided they wanted to eat my face. Poof. We did it! Yes! Eh? Golem! Snuggles, no! You're better than this! Also, gird your loins. Good times. I love it when that sort of phrase shows up in this game. 4 Fortune hath smiled upon thee, Aurora. Thou hast found the ass-kicking. Where's the Inquisitor who can close the breach in the sky? That'd be cool. Solus saying, "Put your hand in the space hole! We just met, egg. Don't push me. No, don't die." Alright. Stop punching me. Ow, damn it. God. So yeah, welcome to Busou Games. There's a hojillion of them and 3 of us, and we're gonna win because mooks aren't dangerous.
I must think. There must be some strategy, some...
Shut up, Luceus.
Do not lose heart, my loyal guardians. Here, a tonic. Witness the power of the mighty Vimstone.
I don't. What is the mighty Vimstone? I'm so tingly. Now I'm purple. Use a coup de grace. Okay, let's coup de grace. And that's how I killed everything in a 6-mile radius of the castle.
As long as we win, that's all that matters.
The incomparable power of tension. Okay, so if you've never played one of the more recent Dragon Quest games, tension is like a very common mechanic in Dragon Quest. What you have to understand about the word tension is that it means something very different in Japanese pop culture. So like if a Japanese person were to say something like, I feel like I have really high tension today, what they're saying is that they're feeling like really energetic and powerful, right? As opposed to in the US, somebody who's saying I feel really high tension today would like be talking about anxiety or stress. So if you've ever wondered why they call this like fabulous Super Saiyan super mode in Dragon Quest games, quote, high tension, it's because they're using that Japanese culture reading of the word tension and not the US reading of the word tension. As for why it makes you glow pink, I don't know. Akira Toriyama just really likes to make people glow colors. I guess it really makes it clear that they're super strong and are going to marry Bulma and have a weird kid from the future who ends up being voiced by Laura Bailey. And that whole story just now is why you shouldn't let me stream alone, because I feel the need to fill space, and that's what I do, verbally. I fill space.
Through the forest to the city of Caliburgh.
Of course, Caliburgh, home of majors, inventors, and masters of wonder.
Poor Luceus never gets a word in otherwise. It's just like, he makes a plan and Aurora tells him to shut up because she's just going to go punch something, and anytime he's like, yeah, I've got a really good idea, Doric is like, yes! I, the king, have a plan!
We must sally forth without delay!
News Vacuum says my boyfriend described Aurora as Bulma and Android 18 put together. Accurate. really, really accurate, in fact. I'm going to skip this cutscene. You can watch it on YouTube. So, we were in Arba, which, for the record, that giant tree behind the city is the world tree. So we were in the city of Arba. Arbor. Dragon Quest puns. I haven't 100% figured out the pun of Caliburgh yet. Like, I'm wondering if it's some sort of reference to Caliburn, like, and the other word for Excalibur. But this is, Caliburgh is basically, Fantasy Scotland, or is full of the Fantasy Scottish. The Institute of Ingenuity. The Esoteric Arts of Magic and Mechanics. I gotta hand it to Square Enix. Like, I don't know what this script was like in Japanese, but man, they like Ren-fared the shit out of this. Oh, Steve asked, was this localized by the FF14 team? 1, maybe. 2, I'm pretty sure that the FF14 team was localized by the people who've been putting Dragon Quest puns in Dragon Quest games since, like, Dragon Quest 8 came out on the PS2. An armor, a chapel, all the amenities of town are here. It's almost as if it's the town camp. Camp Caliburgh. This is where we stay before we go into Caliburgh and punch monsters in the face and stuff. City isn't that far. There's no telling what dangers are lurking out there. Tutorial. Gold, experience points, stuff. So, if you've played Dragon Quest 8 plus, 8 or 9, you know that leveling gets you skill points. In this game, basically, people might remember from Hyrule Warriors the medal system, where you used medals to unlock various things. Instead, in this game, you get skill points, and skill points buy you like stat upgrades, HP, magic points, strength, defense. I think this is magic power, wisdom. And then there's a whole bunch of like special stuff that you can turn on for skill points. And then every character has their own like unique list. So these are called Aurora exclusive. Most of these are things like extra stats that are beneficial to your character, but they're also, she has like a bunch of character specific stuff, like Cold Fission is that, that ice attack that I've been using, and then she's got stats, you know, extends the area of effective Cold Fission, right? So this would make the attack like wider area. And you can also learn, 2 new spells, and some spells have ranks, like, for example, I'm going to learn Frost Slash, which opens up a Frost Slash specific skill. I don't think I have the points for anything cool. Hold square in midair to bounce off enemies in a spinning flip. That sounds cool. Let's do that. So there you go. That's basically what skill points do. All the stuff that you unlocked with badges in Hyrule Warriors, or which you would unlock with, like, equipable items for the most part in old Warriors games, you get with skill points in this game. You can... A golden axe? What is a golden inventory? Well, I can't equip it, but thanks. I guess I have a golden axe. Trust that you're carrying your Vim stones. Vim stones can draw the dormant might within you, the potent power of tension. These splendid stones allow the wielder to manifest more and more. You know, this is the worst. This is the king talking. I feel like I could be shouting. Like, I feel like it should be straight up Haumaru right now. Just, these splendid stones allow the wielder to ha 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 ha, and then just punch somebody. If you ever played a Warriors game, tension is kind of basically like a combination of Musou Awakening, which was, I think, Dynasty Warriors 5, 6, Musou Kakusei, and then just the standard, like, Musou attack, where you just press a button and a whole bunch of people die. Welcome to the Church of the Goddess, which is just, like, me in a nun costume in this rack, but full of bags. But there you go. Welcome to this house of the goddess. I don't need to save. I'm deleting the save anyway. There's this dude. I'm gonna buy a new sword. I like that they give you a preview. So this is what I'm wearing now, and then if I hit yes, split out, new rapier. And obviously, like, new weapons increase your attack power. This increases, quote, blocking. I never block, so I don't really know what this does. I assume that it reduces the amount of damage that you take when you block something.
Helix. You don't think all the monsters in Caliburgh have gone goolally, do you?
Goolally. You're fired, slime. Turn in your crown.
Oh no. What are we going to do? Be brave. Have courage. Okay then, I'll be brave, I promise. I'm too scared of getting squished to join in the fighting, but if you're in danger, I'll give you a heal.
Which he will. Anyhow. So Arba, where we just were, is kind of the tutorial area, and then this is Caliburgh, which is the real, kind of like the first real zone, and they split these missions up pretty thoroughly. Like, they're pretty bite-sized by Muso standards, like, especially Dynasty Warriors games, where they're just like, hey, we're gonna throw you immediately into the Yellow Turban Rebellion, which will take like an hour to do, and you're gonna kill like a hojillion guys. Comparatively speaking, these are like really, really small, although I've been told that they get bigger over time. God, slimes are so weak and inoffensive. I feel terrible killing them. But I kind of have to. Like,
Look, it's a hole in the sky, and a tiny thing with a pitchfork. I'ma kill it.
Good eye, boy. And yet, it does seem somewhat different from the one we encountered in Arba.
You're right.
how does it seem different, King Exposition?
Wait, if we could... Yes, of course. Come, we must defeat this creature.
We must kill it. Really? Like, I mean... Yeah. Yerp. And then it disappears. I mean, that's a pretty easy thing to understand, right? Like, the giant purple hole in the sky spits out enemies until you kill the thing that is attached to the giant purple gate in the sky, and then it stops spitting out enemies and disappears. True story. The orange slimes are she slimes. Like, that's their actual in-game name. Because it's very important that we gender our slime beings. Ow. A Maw Keeper has appeared. Kill it! Kill it with fire! Or ice, I guess, in my case. I also love that on these maps, the slimes are just like, hi! They're just kind of wandering around. Like, they don't really attack on moss or anything like that. Spell. So as you can see, that's Frost Slash, the new skill, that I bought with my fancy skill points. In case you plan on playing this yourself, the difference between Cold Fish and Frost Slash is Frost Slash hits near to you, and it has a chance to just freeze enemies solid, so you can just kind of sit there and smack them into the dirt. Oh my god! Slime bowling! I'm a monster. I am seriously a monster. I was the monster the whole time. Dragon Quest Ops, the line. It was me. It was me the whole time. Devious Vacuum Nest. Who would even think to gender a slime? Men. Cis men. I guess that's my answer. Yeah, I seriously don't understand why slimes need to be gendered. It doesn't make sense. Although I kind of appreciate that they're orange and not, like, bright pink. At least. Like, maybe she slimes are just really rich in vitamin D. I don't know. Slimes are full of the amazing power of citrus and have a fresh pine scent. No, that wasn't what I went to do. I didn't die, but that's good. I wonder if I can... I wonder if I can stun this thing with Frost Slash. I can! Yeah! Goodbye, Snuggles the Golem. I really hope when I get to the monster coin thing that, I get another Golem coin so I can, summon Snuggles the Golem. When that happened last night, I was so, I was like, really? I wish I had gotten a screen cap. Yeah, Steve in chat mentioned, I forgot how cute Dragon Quest monsters are. They super are! They're the most adorable. I kind of secretly loathe that, like, my entire role in this game is to just beat the snot out of the cutest things there have ever been. It's kind of like if you made a Pokemon Musou and all you do is just, like, smack Squirtle and Dratini in the face for the whole game. The monsters are running away. Do-do-do-do. More haste, less speed, huh? I don't... What does that mean? Why are you the king of this country? Pro wrestler full of aphorisms and laughter. I don't... Is he democratically elected? I don't know. I really like the theory that Helix is his kid and his wife is a monster. I have not played all the way through the game, but I straight up hope that that is how things turn out. Sadly, it probably won't. They keep referring to him as our friend Helix. You know, I keep saying him, but I think they've used male pronouns for Helix, actually. Now that I think about it. But again, why are we gendering slimes? The whole world is in danger. No. Just Arba. You're just here killing monsters for no good reason. These guys didn't do anything to you. I gained a level. I'ma learn a new thing. I'ma learn Zap. So here's the thing about Dragon Quest spell names. If you played Dragon Quest way back in the day when it was Dragon Warrior, like on the NES, these spells all had, somewhat weird names. Like the very first Dragon Warrior, you had heal and hurt. Like those were your core spells. And then you had stronger versions called, and I'm not kidding, heal more and hurt more. And then when they made Dragon Quest II and they added more spells to that game, like Princess What's-Her-Face, because her name is dependent on what you name your main character. She was always Princess Peta when I named the main character Todd in Dragon Quest II. It was kind of messed up. Those spells were like hurt more, hurt most, fire, fireball, and then I forget what, or fireball, firebolt, firebane. So like there was a very clear progression, but the truth is, and as much as I hate it, in actual, like in Japanese and Dragon Quest, they're often named after onomatopoeia. So they're kind of named the way that they sound. So when they started translating Dragon Quest VIII, they gave them names like Zap and Zapple and Frizz and Frizzle and Sizz and Sizzle, which, but I don't know how I feel about that. I miss Hurt more because it did exactly what it told you on the tin, right? It's just like, what does the spell do? It hurts a lot. I'm gonna sell these gold nuggets because we can't just call shit gold nuggets. It's got to be a nuglet. Although, I don't know, like, I'm not a jeweler. Is, like, a gold nugget, like, smaller than a gold nugget? Yes, I think I will equip it. Thank you. And this stuff is all, like, very traditional Dragon Warrior equipment, right? Be lucky. Har har. Alright, let's go back to the monster punching. Have I made the necessary preparations? Yes. Yes, I have. So now we're gonna go in. There's Gird Your Loins again. Man. Why are you talking about my loins?
Let me go first. There absolutely will be a gigantic crowd of angry monsters on the...
Nope.
Here too, just as we feared.
Well, this doesn't look too good. So what do we do?
Fear not. I have devised a winning strategy.
Of course you
Begin by
have.
falling back, thereby lulling the enemy into a false sense of security. When they lower their guard, we strike. Wait for my signal, and then we
On
advance.
second thoughts, forget it.
What?
But then everything exploded and it was fine. Dragon Quest!
That was a close shave, wasn't it?
Confounded. My strategy did not account for the intervention of a third party.
Aurora really is great. Lucius is always like 15 lines into the strategy and she just goes, oh god, shut up! Can we please just kill things now? She's kind of like saying what I'm thinking. And this is Isla, who I think wants to be Scottish but is like falling just shy of the mark.
Whatever, my dear, we are in your debt.
Glad to be of service, Your Majesty.
TV Spectrum said, I really like that this is the flirty character and she's dressed more conservatively than Aurora. She is.
More fun to dissect.
You mean to stop?
She also apparently wants to cut Lucius into pieces and study him.
I may prove a
So that's a thing.
Oh, get over yourself. She's joking, you idiot.
Oh, I never joke about my work. Why don't you pop by my lab one day and let me take a look at you? Brave Captain.
What? Oi, that's enough of that!
There will be time for that later. But first, you must help us find our way around Caliburgh. If we are to protect this place, we shall have need of your incomparable talents.
Oh, it would be my pleasure, Your Majesty. Besides, I'm not about to stand by and watch while these monsters dismantle this town.
I do like Isla's hat.
What would become of all my
It's a
beautiful
pretty
inventions?
freaking cool hat.
Shall we?
If you look into your equipment, there's room for costumes on every character. I really cannot wait to see what Isla's alternate outfits are like. Oh, I wouldn't miss the chance to help a little sweetie like you. She's kind of like an equal opportunity flirt, actually. Like later when you talk to Isla, and there's like a little vocal bark. Even if she's talking to Aurora, she goes, Captain. And like you can just hear her eyebrows going up and down, right? And it's just like, hey girl, you're cute. Doric, you're an asshole. Very droll, lad. Very droll. Like Doric's dialogue actually becomes 10 times funnier if you just assume that he's an unironic, like he's just like a complete cynic. Not unironic. That's the wrong word. Like where he's just being very like backhanded.
The monsters keep pouring in through these strange portals. There's no end to them.
Those are called night walls. You can close them by beating the moorkeepers who guard them.
Ooh, that's cool. So that's that skill that I bought, where if you hit somebody with that in midair, you do a second jump. Oh, that's neat. Probably wasn't worth the skill points I paid for it, but it's still pretty cool. Zap! He's back in chat. Hey girl, I don't know if you can tell with this hat, but I'm bi as fuck. Let's be real, Isla's pretty great. Like, she's basically hypersexual science mom, and I'm totally in for it.
These strange devices scattered around the town. These are your inventions, I think.
Goodbye, mysterious cow-looking flying squirrel rat things. Try enough for Zap? Nope. It's expensive. Boo. Come back to me, magic points. You're my only friend. Lightning! Stop setting me on fire. It's very unfortunate and I don't like it. There we go. Defeat any remaining monsters. I can totally do that for you, game. Slime Knights are the best! I totally hope that, like, if Slime Knights could actually talk, you know, that they would have, like, super deep voices. What are you doing here? Combos are also, like, they feel pretty easy in this game. Like, I can just kind of string together spells and abilities without really feeling like I'm, like, at least Aurora and Luceus, because they play pretty much the same, like, they have a pretty, like, smooth feel, like, they don't feel heavy or slow, and even the really heavy or slow characters like Doric, which you get access to a little later, kind of is pretty mobile. A horde of monsters has appeared outside the village. No, what would we do?
But it won't be quite that simple. We've more guests headed this way from outside town. Though it just so happened that outside town is exactly where one of my favorite inventions is pointed. Come on, I'll show you how it works.
Follow Isla. I know where she's going, so I was just walking ahead of her.
Here she is.
The spellcaster.
Isn't she beautiful? Why don't you hop on and give her a try?
So cannons aren't anything new, but I love that she's just like point and then shoot them. All right. Kablamo.
Bullseye! Lovely work. In the right hands, the spellcaster makes short work of any battle.
I got levels up for that, which just feels kind of lame. Oh, sorry. Lame is not the word that I wanted to use. Apologies. I feel kind of bad about it. I feel very cheap that I just kind of like cannon things from 6 miles away. And they're like, enjoy all this experience. I didn't do anything. I learned nothing. I learned that cannon fire is really good about blowing things up. That's not useful experience at all. Aurora. Also, if you're not a Dragon Quest fan, a lot of the music that they use in this game, like I think almost all of it so far, are remixes of old Dragon Quest tunes. Head of the Institute of Ingenuity. I love how people have conveniently forgotten that monsters used to be friends. And they're just like, wow, you sure did kill a whole bunch of them. That's vital component, a generator. Now the monsters are blocking the way to the Institute. No!
Yes.
I've plenty of other inventions besides the ship to show you. You'll not regret taking me along. The four of us shall journey together united. And now the actual, like, long-time Dragon Quest party join music. The sad part is, I would actually kind of, like, play a menu-driven typical Dragon Quest with these characters, believe it or not. I think it would be kind of cool. Now you can switch characters with L2. Ta-da! So, just in case it matters, I started with Aurora, and basically once you get to this point in the game, you can start switching through your roster of characters, which will continue to get bigger and bigger. But Luceus and Aurora are, like, almost identical right down to their moveset. The only big difference is that Luceus uses fire and Aurora uses ice. But even their skills are pretty much the same, just with the serial numbers filed off, I guess. Doric, on the other hand, is just like, would you like me to swing my staff a lot and then punch the ground and kill everyone? That is cool. He's pretty mobile for, like, a big tough brawler, but there you go. Isla is weird. Like, she's a very magic-oriented character, and she works, like, up close. She doesn't have a lot of options, but her boomerang is really freaking cool. Like, I'll show it to you in the next map. So let's allocate skill points for everybody. I don't know what to learn now. Yeah, that's what I learned on What's Her Face. I can't afford any of these. I want to buy something cool, though. Let's see. Oh, I don't have 20 points. Womp-a-da-womp. Alright, let's buy the extender. Shit-doop-doop-doop. Doric has, his extra spells are really hilarious. Deliverance is just like, I'm gonna suck you into a vortex, and then bye. Like, people just disappear. And Royal Wrath, he literally just calls down a meteor. Nothing makes sense. Everything is confusing. Throwdown? How can I not buy a skill called Throwdown? I'm gonna buy Deliverance. And maybe some power. Yeah. Flex it out, baby. Alright, so I definitely have to buy her other spells. Basically, she has, she makes a big tornado with, whoosh, which is another one of these, like, the spells are just named literally after what they do. Like, it's whoosh, swoosh, and I think the third level is kaswoosh. Yeah. Where is her thing that makes it easier to catch your boomerang? Makes it easier to activate Toomerang. That's what I want. Can I buy this? Ah, I'm 1 point short. Dang. Okay. Now, can I buy weapons for peoples? I'm gonna sell these gold nuggets. Nuglets, sorry. I wonder if nuglets are like the gold version of niblets, like for corn. So now there's all these extra weapons, but they're just not very good, unfortunately. I'm gonna buy this fancy boomerang for her, though. Oh no, I'm not. Because the next one's like way more powerful, and that's not that much more expensive. You know what? I'm just gonna let that go. Gold nougat.
It's delicious.
Okay, so now let's see what Isla can do. I'll show you Doric and Isla, and then I think monster medals happen in this map too, and then you'll have gotten the proper introduction to Dragon Quest Heroes, and we can call it a day because it's like already been an hour. I don't know how people do these like 2-3 hour streams. That would kill me. I'm sure you're bored of me by now. I would be. I also love that the generator is just like this giant freaking copper wire potato clock thing. Like, I don't... Science is very strange.
Chief, we're detecting another space-time anomaly somewhere within the town.
A nightmare. One of those Moorkeeper creatures must have snuck in somewhere.
So this is a defense mission where the generator has HP and there's a couple guards on it, but for the most part, I have to beat up monsters and make sure that they don't break the generator. If you read Phil Collar's review, he talks about how like the defensive mission becomes pretty common later in the game. So this is Luceus. You'll notice that he's pretty much just like Aurora, only fire. So not terribly interesting. So this is King Doric. He is very mobile. Like, I'm kind of surprised at how mobile he is, but he's just gigantic and powerful and terrifying. Crust ice. Yeah. Oh, that's right. I need to check my action list, because where's that fancy thing that I learned? Oh, did I not learn it? Keepy uppy? Oh, I gotta know. Woohoo! King's a badass. Woohoo! Where are there more enemies to punch in the face? Bye, slime! Wow, they went hella far. More maws.
Another space-time anomaly somewhere within the town.
Captain!
Oh, Twitch.
It's only a prototype, but I'm fairly confident it won't explode.
I'm fairly confident it won't explode.
It extracts the essence of defeated monsters and compresses it into something resembling a coin. You can use these coins, or monster medals, as I call them, to summon those same monsters to fight for you whenever you feel like it.
So, to recap, monsters are very clearly, like, the majority in this kingdom, but humans rule it. And now I am going to kill monsters, turn them into coins, and then press them into service against their will. Because that's the politics of fantasy universes, I guess. On the other hand, that's how I encountered Snuggles the Golem, so I'm kind of okay with this system.
Well, go on. Give your newfound friend a call.
So basically, because this game has so many defensive objectives, they let you summon monsters to basically like hold positions. Like, so if you get a whole bunch of medals, you can summon a bunch of monsters and they'll handle people, like this on-screen thing is telling you. Like, the monsters will handle people coming from a particular direction, so you don't have to be like literally everywhere at once. They're not particularly powerful, but they're helpful. What is his name? Richmount. Okay. Alright, so here's Isla. Isla throws a boomerang, and when it comes back to her, if she times it right, which I'm not doing, she'll throw it again, and she has, like, 2 modes. You can throw it horizontally or vertically. And so she can just kind of keep doing this if your timing is good. She's basically, like... Holy crap. They murdered it already? Yeah, I'm gonna start this over. Womp womp. Wow, that was brutal. The other cool thing about Isla is that she can use Whoosh to make this and then fire her other spells into it. And, like, that will set the tornado on fire, which is kind of cool. Wow, I'm really bad at this today. So if I turn around and face it and then throw Power Throw into it, like, it just makes huge, huge, huge wind blades that are, like, really wide area. And the nice thing about your party is that everybody has independent hit points. So if one person dies, you're not completely boned. And actually, you can bring one back, like, In any event, I'm going to use Aurora for the rest of this because she's got way better equipment than everyone else, and I would like to see this mission through. Boop. Okay, so as soon as they let me, you're going to skip all this nonsense. Okay, so... The deal is, though, that, like, there's this gigantic pile of enemies. So hopefully the guy that I just summoned will take care of those guys over there for a while and kind of guard the point. Well, I can take these out over here. Ow. Oh, there's more monster medals. Oop, forgot about those. You picked up a slime medal. And then it'll tell you what they do, right? And there's 2 types. There are gold medals that literally, like, summon monsters onto the field. And then there are silver medals where the monster will, like, show up and either heal you or restore MP or, like, gain everybody's tension gauge or maybe, like, even do an attack and then they disappear. So slimes are gold. So I'm going to head back to where What's-His-Face is diligently doing his best, and I'm going to summon a slime named Splaticus, because why not? And what was our slime knight friend? Stop jumping. I can't see. Can anybody see his name? I totally can't. Oh no, they're totally going to be right on top of the generator, and that's not good. And now, this is how I know they're called She-Slimes. Assaults assailants with Slime Spank. So, to be clear, She-Slimes, Slime Spank. And then they watch their post for them. Come, my She-Slime, named Gulia. Why not? And you can kind of see down in the lower left, right, that it shows the health for the slimes that you, or the monsters that you have helping you, right? If you pick up a new monster medal and your space for monsters is filled up, then it will heal monsters you have on the field, which is pretty cool.
Did I kill that Maw Keeper?
Don't know. Oh no! My Slime Knight friend is dead. That's bad. Yeah, more She Slimes! Bring it on! She Slime Revolution! And that was, Gooey's. Oi.
Ow! Damn it. Hurt.
Oh, I'm tense. Look at me. With how purple I'm glowing. I'm so tense. So the cool thing about tension actually is that it also makes it so it's not, you don't just use it and then use that kill everybody attack, although you can. You can't be hurt while you're in high tension. Your stats all go up and you're immune to status, so you can't be like poisoned or frozen or whatever. You can use all of your MP draining skills without actually spending magic points. You can jump twice and you can midair dodge. And then you can also do that like gigantic freaking beat the snot out of everyone attack that you used when they teach you about tension. You see how that purple is counting down? Like, I'm going to use this now. But ideally, you would spend like your tension period, you know, using your extra stats and stuff, and then spend it on, and then use your coup de grace when the tension period is over, right? What was her name? Uzetta. Sure.
Gosh, this guy has a lot of hit points.
Goopak? Okay, everyone's fired. Get out. Goopak Shakur. Ooh boy.
As long as we win, that's all that matters.
It's like the good old days. Yeah, the good old days when they were just friends instead of beings that you've beat to death and then mystically pressed into service, mostly using them to guard choke points where they're almost certainly going to be beaten up by their former friends. This game is super dark. Hidden under that super cute exterior.
Oh really? I thought things might finally be able to go back to normal.
Slurp count.
You really think so? Great. Then let's keep trying our hardest to fix everyone. I'm going to do everything I can.
Okay, it's been a while, so I'm gonna ask you, stream audience, do you want me to? I think there's like one more mission in this introductory part in Caliburgh. Do you want me to run through it, just so you can see this whole like beginning part all the way to the end, or have you had enough after 80 minutes of slime puns and me going? You know what? I'm gonna power through. I'm gonna do that last mission, and then it'll be a nice clean break where I've done the whole introductory plot of the first chapter of Dragon Quest Heroes.
This'll be great.
I should teach both of my classes tomorrow like that. Just to,
I'm
Oh man, I tried to make some sort of like goo professor joke and it just fell apart on me and I'm so disappointed in myself. Yeah. Equip that stick. Ingredients. Do I have any gold nuggets? I have a gold nugget. Split-ow. I don't have any money to get anybody else anything cool, though, so... Oh, Steve, no! Tony the Tiger Slime. It's great. I bought a fancy stick for Doric, and I made slime puns. Yes! Gate guard guy. I am totes prepared. Bring it on! Oh, I'm wrong. There's 2 more missions. Like, this one is, we halted transportation of the generator in order to check on a suspicious noise. No! Haven't you played Metal Gear? Some solid soon no, can't. No! No more puns. Somebody in a cardboard box is gonna pop out. Strap C4 to the generator. Blow it up. Hardly ideal for sitting ducks. Us on 3 sides. This is going to get messy. Sound tactical use of monster metals may help us. I wonder if this is the monster metal tutorial stage. There's metal. Oh god, die already. Alright, let's see. That's a Slime Knight. Okay, so the plan is I'm gonna go to one of these corridors where enemies can be come from, and I'm just gonna dump all of my guys into it.
Let's get to it.
For king and country. Okay, so what did we get? We got... Oh, I'll come back and look for them. We gotta stop these guys. Woo! That's that move that I unlocked. Yeah, that was super freaking sweet. So you notice I can't pick up any of these models, or these medals rather, because my medal thing is full. But if they're medals for monsters that I have, they'll heal. Unfortunately, these are all medals for monsters that I don't have. We got... Wait. I can't read the names. Gustatia. Goomber. Gutilda. Oh my god, everyone's fired. Slimantha! Oh god. I'm letting us get completely beat up on the other side. I should have just left these alone. Oh no, bubble slimes! For some reason, I go directly to Spaceballs when she says, I hate bubble slimes. I just hear Dark Helmet going, even with strawberries. I don't know if you saw it, but like that green text that happened when I picked up that medal for something I already had was basically said monster metal or metal monster healed. That's pretty much what happens. I don't actually know what increases your
More monsters. I'm starting to get a bit tired of this.
Their onslaught never cease. I fear we may not be able to keep up.
Got it.
Courage, friends, courage. One final push, and the day shall be ours.
I have no idea what I'm doing right now. Just these last few monsters to beat. Yeah. Thanks for being understanding. So I guess basically there's a point at which no more slimes will spawn. I wish also you could see, because everybody has their own tension bar, and I wish you could see a Magus medal. Casting Sizz before proceeding to... Oh god! All of my slime friends are dead! What has science brought? Okay. Magicioso. Okay. For the record, I don't know what the deal is with Hammerhood. Let's rip with an eye-watering critical hit. Oh yeah, now you get the difference between sentries and saviors. So the gold sentries will stop and protect things. Saviors are just Saviors are just, they come in and do a thing and then they disappear. Skeleton! Okay. What's a skeleton? What is his name? Arden. Skelandine. Yeah, that's not as funny as Jack Marrow. That's what I got earlier today. Yeah, we won. I love that they do the Dragon Quest end of there's Oz. The Dragon Quest end of fight thing when your stage is over. We did it. Just wait till the generator is installed. Okay, now there's one last stage. And it's sort of hilarious, but I'm going to warn you, if it's the stage that I remember, there's also some fat-shaming and ableist jokes in it that I'm not too thrilled about, but I'm giving you that warning now before any content goes down, so you can see for yourself. Let's buy more skills. Block a boat, just the right moment. Why not? Earn attention boost every time you execute a perfect rebuttal. Let's buy the same thing for him. Oh, I don't have enough points. Never mind. Let's buy a strength boost. Splat-ow. I have 3 points. More magic points. Why not? And now I'm going to buy... Swoosh! Yeah, it's Kaswoosh. That's the last one. You're fired, game. And I'm kind of skipping it for the sake of time, but like there's all sorts of cute little dialogues that you can have with with your party members in camp too. All right, let's buy steel broadsword for Luceus. And what? 6. All right, I'm gonna sell something that 6 gold. What do I have like a ton of? I have 4 slime drops. I can sell 1. I am in the... Because you can make things with alchemy later, I'm very much in the, like, I'm never going to sell any equipment, because who knows what it might turn into later in the game. So, if you've played Dragon Quest before, you know how that feels. The generator's in place. Looks like we have more monsters to get rid of. To battle, friends. I've got an odd feeling about this. Like a boss fight. I mean, something really bad is about to happen. Teeny Sanguini. It's a tiny cow-shaped vampire. Raises allies' tension in a heart. Okay. Yeah. Super tense now. What's up? If this is... I'm just gonna make a gate that sucks people's in and then kill them, I guess. I don't... The king is very strange. Draki has sheer magic to restore allies' magic points. That sounds useful. Boop, 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 boop. What monsters have appeared? No. The thing I don't like compared to Hyrule Warriors is that there's no dash button in this game, which kind of sucks. This stillness, nothing bad could happen, right? What are the odds?
That's the end of that. Or maybe not.
These violent vibrations, these thundering footfalls, they can mean only one thing.
I love the finger gun of I've got it!
A blue, one-eyed giant with a single horn atop his bulbous head.
Oh, you don't mean it.
Gigantes.
He's so large, but he's so cute!
Please, it is too much perilous.
Kirill, alone off your shoulders if you please. Be gone with you.
No. So if you've never played Dragon Quest IV, this is Princess Alina and Kirill. Tsarevna Alina. They are extremely Russian. Very, like, super deluxe Russian in a way that they didn't really need to be, but,
He is a Gigantes and one of many 100 times your scale.
He is merely obese. Besides,
He is merely obese.
I have admired, I mean, of course, witnessed at first hand many times your...
if you couldn't tell, he's secretly in love with her and can't tell her because he works for her.
you do wish to belabor the fat imbecile? Then let us set about him together.
She's like one of my favorite Dragon Quest characters, and they put such terrible lines in her mouth in this stage, and it really upsets me! Thankfully she's not quite as terrible in the rest of the game that I've played with her so far, but, Yeah, I wasn't thrilled at Fat Imbecile and all that other good stuff.
She's amazing. She just jumped straight on in there like it was nothing.
And I love how Aurora just has a total girl crush on Alina from the second that she shows up.
Stay here if you want. I'm going with her.
It's like, you have pretty hair and you kicked a boulder. Let's be girlfriends. I really hope that fic happens sometime in the near future.
Come, Gigantes, fat oaf, I shall pummel and pound you.
Okay, so, oh my god. Oh, I just used the wrong button for stuff. So, I'm gonna try to be smart about things. Because I want this battle to be over sometime this year. But basically, there are lots of guns. And then if he would move his arm... You blast him in the eye. Those only have 3 shots, though, which is kind of unfortunate.
I fear this Elena may be something of a bad influence.
Remember, friends, charging in blindly will earn you naught but a beating. Hit him where it hurts.
Try hitting it in the eye with the spellcaster. Sure. Kali screwed in the chat said, if any girl kicks a boulder near me, I'm basically smitten, so I understand her. Yeah, I mean, I would be too. The expression on his face is killing me. He's just so happy to be here. Nobody understands him. So basically, if you smack him in the eyeball enough times with the cannon, then, he falls over and you can really just, like, give him a smacking.
Let's lose a great cry of war. What could this be?
Cease to worry your pretty head, kiddo. Great Fatso is merely calling more fiends for us to punish.
I see. But Zarena, you not to be assailed by more such creatures?
Oh, that was kind of cool. I could just keep climbing and climbing and climbing by doing that somersault thing. Well, not all the time. I guess it stopped me. Oh, you can only attack 3 times.
If we don't put a stop to him soon, he'll smash all of Caliburgh to pieces. We have to hurry.
Oh, I can't rotate the camera right. Oh, because I was locked. Nah, guess who's bad at stuff? That's me. It's me. I'm bad at stuff. Oh god! He's getting closer. Where is that healing herb? There we go. Everybody get more tense! Alright, Wow, that was dramatic! That was super sweet, actually! Okay, so now I have to get him with the cannon again. Did I already use this one up? I think this one's out of bullets. Oh no, there's more bullets. Yay! Haha! I like town. Town pretty. Alright, I have to show you the King's Tension attack because it is sweet as hell. Oh, her tension's not full. Shibba-da-doop. I feel like I killed him a lot faster the last time I did this. Hey, turn around. Smile. So I'm totally going to use Luceus's tension gauge on this nonsense. His is basically the same as Aurora's, but it's still pretty fun. I'm gonna raise my tension. Thanks, bro.
The situation is dire, but as luck would have it, I have devised the perfect strategy. First, we...
Sorry, bit too busy fighting off giants to listen. Let us battle this thing in peace, will you?
I'm trying to get her tension up so I can show you, but I don't think it's gonna work. I think I'm gonna lose the generator before that happens. Oh no!
Now I'm really getting going. Fire right through. I have a little something for you.
I just happen to have this atomizer, which I've kissed, which will now explode.
How do you like that?
Here we go! Oh, he's not easily going down. I must rain yet more blows upon him. Giga slash!
Think that did it. Oh, nope, I lied. But it did take down one of the, Where is that last cannon? Did he kill it? No. There we go. No, I'm still really happy even though I appear to be dying. I just wanted to be friends. And then he crushes everybody because we were all standing behind him when he died. Oh, I don't have to mop these up. That's cool.
As long as we win,
That's all that matters. And I think on the recurrence of the hiding of its life, we'll call it a day. Thank you for joining me with the Dragon Quest Heroes stream. Maybe I'll keep this save file around actually, so that I can maybe run another stream later and show you how Alina and Carol play, because they obviously join your party after this. So basically you get a party of 4 and then you can arrange it later on. But Alina is kind of fun. She's a really hand-to-hand fighter. She just basically just punches the snot out of monsters. It's pretty great. Anyhow, there you have it. That's kind of the intro chapter of Dragon Quest Heroes. After this you get some you basically get an airship, and then you get some world map freedom, and you move on to the next city, which is kind of where I am in my main playthrough I was doing for myself. So maybe I'll set one of these up again, not next week because I'm traveling, but maybe the week after that. So there you go. Thanks. Love and hugs. Sorry, Nick, I'm stealing your you're stealing your tagline. Love and hugs, everybody. Bye-bye.